Here is ManuSensCris. Wanted today to actually talk about the numerology and how you can get a reading. And the way I thought would be a good idea is to show you how you can do a reading on my name or on the name that I got. ManuSensCris, you can do a numerology on a commercial name, on a company or an artist name. That works as well as for a name that you had from birth, your proper name. So ManuSensCris is really interesting to look at it, because even though I am a numerologist, I didn't plan the numerology of ManuSensCris. It came just with synchronicity. One day I had a reading from someone and explaining that my name wasn't, I needed to change my name with regard to my commercial activity or spiritual activity. And that day I contacted a friend who is a medium, and she gave me this name, ManuSensCris, and I accepted it. And it happened actually if you can see, on the 17th of April this year. So ManuSensCris is not really old, it's about 6 months old now. But that works. You'll see numerology works, and you can understand this way if this is something that you want to have for yourself. So ManuSensCris was given to me, I accepted it. And what is really interesting is actually just realized today, because I've done the numerology, but I didn't focus on it. But now I'm focusing on it just for this video. And he's born on the 17th of April. And it's quite interesting because myself, Christophe, I was born on the 17th of March. So again, ManuSensCris is using the same instrument, which is the 17. And we will talk about it a bit later. It's just a month's difference compared to my date of birth. So when we look at ManuSensCris, so that would be your full name, for example, we can see the urge of a soul. The urge of the soul here is an 18, which is number 9, 1 plus 8, 9. And which means that there is 9 is the end of a cycle. A cycle goes from 1 to 9 and then start again to 1. And it means that there's a lot of wisdom to be given away as freely as possible. And that's represented by the 9. The personality, which is just underneath, is a 2911. So 11 is a number representing a light. And it comes from 29. Again, the number 9, but in the 20s. The 20s represent the emotional body. So there's a lot of wisdom with regard to emotion to be shared. And the 18 plus the 29 here give up a 47. And the 7 is the level where when you go up to 6, you're into matter and you're into nature. 6 represent perfection in nature. 7, we get into the invisible realm and what starts to become spiritual. So it's a hidden truth. And here is about the overall self-expression is about discovering this inner truth, discovering this invisible truth, and anchoring into matter, which is the 4 elements, right into matter. That's the purpose of ManuSensCris, and you will see that the rest of the numerology actually gives this type of information. Manu, which would be my first name, let's say, like Christophe here is Manu. Manu represents, again, 9 plus 4 equals 13. 9, wisdom. Wisdom which is ripe enough to be disintegrated, but before it is disintegrated, it is given away for people who might benefit and are ready to accept it or want to accept it. And 4 into matter, wisdom that's gonna go into matter. And the purpose of it is for 13-4, which is a rebirth, the rebirth of a soul. So helping the rebirth of a soul, enlightenment, self-manifestation, trying to find who you are, who truly you are. And that's through different media. As you can see, I do numerology, I do energy, I do pendulum, I do tarots, I do music, I do drawings, I do also sculptures, I do alchemy. So there's a lot of different tools that can be used to accompany yourself, on this journey. So now, if you look at the date of birth, you will have the day, which represents an instrument, then the month, which is like the reason, then the wisdom, then the year, which will be the orchestra. So the idea is to comprehend it. It's easier this way, is to look at your date of birth and say, I am a singer playing an instrument, I know my specific rhythm, and I know what I do in the orchestra. And then you can get a feel. So here ManuSensCris is a 17. The 17 represents the truth seeker. I am seeking truth. This is simply my instrument. If I play one instrument, it's an instrument that will search for truth. I'm focalized. It's just my purpose. When I do something, this is always searching for truth, trying to get some clarity with it. My rhythm this time is not March. Christophe, his rhythm is March, is expression, finding a way to express. Here ManuSensCris, when I call ManuSensCris, or when you call ManuSensCris, is to putting into matter. 4, that's a rhythm, is let's get that into matter. Let's manifest it on earth. Let's make this happen. It's not only words, it's manifestation. Okay? And 4 is a really, really creative number. What is interesting is like 4 as well is repeated here with a 2020, which is 2 plus 2, 4. Or if we do 20 plus 2, is 22. So the rhythm is that there is a mastership. It's 22 is the master builder. And there is playing in the orchestra of unconditional love and the collective love, to put that into matter, if I could place it together. So when we look at the whole numbers, we will have then the job. The task of ManuSensCris is 17 plus 4, which is a 21. And it's a really beautiful number. 21 is the number of the princess. So if I don't behave too much as a princess, I'm a quite conscious princess. I will see that, normally where I can apply my wisdom and let's say my life and volunteer my energy to people. And then I would bring stardust. 21 represents stardust. So you have to look at it as 21 stardust, which is discovered, trapped, integrated, and that would be your stardust, trying to find it out and put that back into matter in your own hands so you can manifest it. You can align to it, realize it, integrate it, and really love yourself for it, and then manifest it. And it's beautiful because it's a 25, and 25 it's a Peter Pan. It's a Peter Pan energy, someone flying, is ready for a song. It's a song in itself. 25 is 5, is MS, is the communication, and the communication with love in the 2. And with the 7, which is spirituality, truth, and being volunteer. So a lovely, lovely, lovely energy. If I were to do a reading for you as well, we could look at, the year where you are at. It will give you an idea, a sense of potentially the challenges and the opening you're going to have energetically, but through numbers. It's not astrology. It's not linked at all with the astrology. It's through numbers. Astrology has also an impact, but we will not look at that. We will look at just the numerology. So here, for example, for ManuSensCris, I'm in a year 7, which is actually, it's interesting because it's a 25/7, and as you can see, I have started singing from April or May, and so I'm just playing my song. I'm singing, and that's the year manifesting it. If anybody could know me, beforehand, would realize that I never ever thought that I would make music or sing in any kind of way. It's coming from nowhere. So let's not be surprised with what's going to happen in the next few years for yourself and for myself. Now, with the name, you can also understand the type of quality you have already and the type of quality you're going to work on and get better. So with regard to ManuSensCris, here we can see that there are some acquired qualities with regard to courage, with regard to concept, strong actually qualities on the way to how to conceptualize a situation, to make it digestible and systemic, so we can understand the drivers behind it and how to neutralize probably the extreme with regard to drivers and something that manifests in your life. Then there is trust and truth. It is acquired quality. And this idea of perfection disintegration. So the way I see it, and this is intuitive, is actually finding the sweet spot between perfection and disintegration. If you know numerology, you realize that the number 9 is perfection in itself, because there is wisdom that has been collected, but the number 9 will disappear into a number 1. The cycle never stops. So when a perfection is achieved, then it disintegrates. It disintegrates to feed others, to feed around, and then renew itself to be another experience on another domain, or the same domain, but at an evolutionary level, different. So here it's about playing with this, being, perfection and disintegration, never being static. The things that ManuSensCris is going to work on is about integrity and mediation. Today we need to work as a humanity, as a united humanity, and no sectors, no groups. This is finished with group. I am a woman, I am a man, I am black, I am white, I am from the left wing, I am from the right wing, I'm Jewish, I'm Muslim, I'm Christian. No. We need to find and work on integrity and ethics and the right human relation, thinking as a whole. We're all different, but we are all the same. We're all human, but we're all different. Stop differentiating it. It's just simple to accept it. But then working on higher laws. And that will be the work. And this idea of mediation. Instead of separate, trying to find what bring us together and go at higher and higher level. So like that we can have simplicity and unity at the same time. So that's the idea behind ManuSensCris. And using different techniques. So here, that's a rhythm. So for example, if I was doing that for you, you will see here the type of energy you will have during the year, from the date of birth to the next date of birth. So here I'm 0 years old, and here I'm gonna be 1 year old in 2021. And it's funny because I'm doing that on the 13th of October, and actually this is my midpoint. And I'm changing energy, and now I'm sharing this light. So the energy first, for the first 6 months, was about anchoring, putting that into matter. This is what I've done for the first time. I've been actually putting fake Facebook page, YouTube videos, trying to do it professionally, and also music, and opening this art and presenting that. And you can see from the date, it just started around that time. And now I'm going into a next step, the next stage, where I am around this 11, which will be spreading some light. I don't know, I can't tell you how I'm going to do it. It's just the energy around me. But that probably will allow me to be a bit more conscious about what happened. And then around the 17th of January, something quite important might happen, because we have the 13, which is a rebirth. So there is a death and a rebirth at the same time. So I don't know, we will see. Just keep posted, and just with ManuSensCris, and maybe you will see by yourself what's going to happen. So finally, about the job of ManuSensCris. ManuSensCris, his job is about temperance, is about anchoring into the matter slowly and helping you. So it's matter in action, but matter in action with love behind it. How to manifest matter a different way with a different consciousness. And that's about what the call of your soul, how your soul can manifest in matter. And then you will be a different individual, totally. Still the same ego, but with your soul right next to you. And what is really interesting here with ManuSensCris, and you could see that there is a feminine and a masculine axis, stability, which is well anchored. So there's a strong balance between my feminine and my masculine, and that helped me to be centered. The centering point helped me to accompany you with synthesis, self-realization, and giving you an insight about who you can be. Then there is a strong anchoring of it. Again, this is about light coming into matter, and this aspect where which is there and working with you, which is about nurture, self-realization, and protection. And all that, just anchoring it, love and matter. And actually, the 8, which is not here, which is a karmic realization. So, well, I think they are beautiful numbers, and they're really, they're linked to me with what I want to do, what I think I want to express. It's also linked to my date of birth, as I say, 17th of March, and just it happened, 17th of April. I hope it gives you a really good example of what can be done in numerology. This is something that I do for a rate of 75 euros at the moment, because it takes me about an hour to prepare the number, integrate the number, and then I will spend an hour with you, maybe a bit less. It depends on the conversation, but so we can talk direct one-to-one about your numbers. You can ask questions, and sometimes there's even an energy healing that can happen during that time. So as you can see, it's about 2 hours of work for 75 euros, which I think is pretty reasonable. So if you're interested, if you call, please do not hesitate to book a slot. Contact me on Messenger. There are also teaching on numerology if you want, which are my own teaching. That's a framework that I'm using, but the teaching on numerology that I'm showing are really intuitive. And I think they're pretty good. I don't know. I'm saying that it's a bit strange with humility, but I'm quite proud of what happened and what came out of my mouth, because this is kind of is self-realization. And then you realize after saying it, after make it happen, putting it in matter, you say, wow, I say that, I didn't know this, and now I'm integrating it. It's just a process of things happening in synchronicity in the present instant at the same time, and that's why I would like to help you to be in touch with. So please do not hesitate to contact me, book a slot. I do also tantric. healing at distance, so you're in your own space. I don't even need to see you, but the things happens. You can try. There are some videos there where already the energy is placed into the video, so you can have a feel, and I can accompany you on that. So well, don't hesitate to leave a comment if you have questions as well, and I leave you to it, and I just say namaste.